Hi, and welcome back to Darkside Enduro. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be looking at some grip upgrades. I've gotten out on the bike a few times now, and the one problem that I seem to have with it is I find the grips are a little stiff, a little firm. Um, I generally like something a little more padded. I have some arthritis in my left wrist, and I find it a little hard after extended races or rides. I always get sore wrists, so I'm trying to find something a little softer. I'm on the bike are pretty firm. There's not much give to them, and I installed the Baduro bar ends for protection, and they're hooked. When I got this bike from the dealership in Chester, they did a race ready inspection on it. So they went over the entire thing and they glued the grips on and put wires on, which is great. But when I installed these bar ends, I had to clip them down a little bit. So they got a little bit shorter, and I found with my gloves on, I had a really tight grip in here. So I was hoping I could extend that at least another half to quarter of an inch with some new grips. I'll move my controls down a little bit. But first we're going to have to get the old grips off and the old glue off, take these bar ends back off, and we'll put the new ones on. I picked up these ODI MIG Pro V2 lock-on grips. They have a really soft compound, super grippy. I've gone back and forth with either clamp on or glue on. Both seem to have their pros and cons. Some people like them, some people don't. I think it's like everything else. Everyone will just need to try it and have their own opinion. These ones do come with cams for both 4-stroke and 2-stroke bikes. And you can go to that QR code or on their website and figure out which cam you need for your dirt bike. So yeah, let's get into it and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is just get rid of the safety wire that's on here. A little cut. This is probably a lot harder to do with one hand. So I'm just going to come back in a minute. Okay, we get the bar ends off. I really do like these bar ends. I just found where they hook in a bit and I had to cut a bit of the grip off. My hand was just getting a little too tight when I was going through obstacles. So I guess the next step is use our trusty X-Acto knife here, cut off the old grip. And let's take a look at these new ones. Cams aside. So I am going to have to modify these. These end caps here have metal in them. So you got to cut around here to get this hard piece off. And it is a feature if you didn't have the bar ends like I do added on. They would add rigidity and probably make your grips last a little bit longer after a couple of dumps. But we're going to cut these out so that they fit on the bike. Just see it all cleaned up. There we go, nice and shiny, no glue residue left. I got my kill switch moved down a bit. That should give me a little bit more space. We'll have to cut the ends off of the new grips, put them on there and see how much space we have left, because these Baduros have a little bit of a space that pop onto the cap there, and then use this screw to tighten it down. It's a nice setup. So I think I'm going to try and just use my X-Acto knife here and just carefully cut around. A bit smaller. Very careful when you're cutting. Take your time. There's no rush. Now was hoping to get out for a ride today, but I don't know if the weather's going to cooperate with me yet or not. Pretty windy and cold here in Nova Scotia. There we go, get the end cap out. I was able to cut away the black part on the end there, and it has this kind of cap that's in there, nice metal. So I just cut around the edges, put a screwdriver down the other side, and just gave it a good pop. Came right out. Okay, so I did get everything moved down. Just shifted the controls down a little bit, not too much. I got my GPS there, but I've been thinking about mounting that somewhere else. Not quite sure yet, but I was able to get a little bit of space that I needed there, and now I can put this part on. Good, right there. Move the grip back down. I'll get this all snugged up, and then we'll get started on the other side. Always remember your blue Loctite. A bit on the threads here. That up. I wish I had done a video on these Baduro installations, but at that time I didn't even know I was going to start this channel. So I'll do a more in-depth review down the road, because I really am happy with how they work. Quality, everything's top notch. Yeah, that's much better. My hand isn't nearly as cramped now. It does have these nice white grips. For your fingers to grab onto. Really soft, really grippy, not going anywhere. Very nice, everything's in there. Nice Baduro clamps. Aftermarket start-stop switches. Hooked bar ends. And the hand guards, very durable. But yeah, much wider. They do have this little contour right in the middle, and that's supposed to sit in the palm of your hand, make it a little bit more comfortable, and it actually does feel really good, like it's filling the whole hand. And I got just a little bit more room on the ends to move over if I need to, but the hook design here keeps your hand from slipping off. All right, let's get started on the throttle side here. I'm gonna have to figure out how this works. I've never had a throttle with a rubber coat over top of it, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. I'll be back in a minute. You can kind of see it here. Got the bottom part off. I just slide this raincoat material off, and I've just got the little throttle cable up underneath. And there goes the grip. So let's clean up this bar and look at the new one. If we look at the new grips, they have cams on the end here. Just pop those off. The new one, the new grip comes with several different cams that you can install for both 4-stroke and 2-stroke dirt bikes. But we're going with cam D, which is specifically made for the Beta 300. So you just kind of figure out where you want that to go, and then just pop it on. There you go, locked in. Just want to cut away any of that rough material that's left over with the knife so it doesn't get hung up on the throttle. Just like that. Good. Get that raincoat back over. I'll snug up, well, I gotta loosen up my front lever cable, my other handguard, and my start button. I gotta move that all down just a little bit. To me, going forward with my guards, so come up just a little bit. Looks good. I'm a very symmetrical guy. I like everything to be just so on each side. Up my throttle tube just a bit. A whole lot of play in my throttle. Just enough. Just not keeping that carburetor open. That feels really good. Very sticky grips, very soft. Feel good in the hand. Tighten these up evenly too. sure the throttle's snug. Good right there. Hand guards feel good. Good and snug. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Looks great. Looks great, feels great, gives me more room back and forth. Probably won't last as long grip-wise, but that's not a problem. They were actually a reasonable price. Got them for $40, taxes in, which for the comfort in my hand and less hand pump seems to be a good deal for me. Do them face down a little bit. Change that. Oh, good thing I left it loose. Alright guys, thanks for joining me today around the garage. I think these look really great. See, they have that contour kind of in the middle. This really grips your hand. And then the front, you've got these independent web waffle things. I think they're going to be a great addition. Alright guys, I'll do it for today. Thanks for joining me in my garage. I hope you liked this installation video. I know it wasn't too in-depth, but I thought I'd just do something chill and let it run. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.